I want to do a final video of both of these together. Both these are 82 models, and I just sold the white one right there, and it's going up to Washington State, so quite a distance away. This is probably one of the few times that we have two EFI Imperials together. My older video from a year and a half ago, we had three, and I sold that one, and now I sold the white 82, and I purchased a 62 LeBaron, so four-door, which is exciting to me. I love this 82, but it was time for it to go. Not that there's nothing wrong with it. It drives great, and I lost my shirt a little bit on this this one. Not too bad though. It's going to a good home though, and it is one of the last EFI Imperials still running, besides this one and a handful of others. So I just want to do a walk around and one final video, because this one's actually going up to get smogged in a few minutes, and this one's being hauled away, so to Washington State. This 82 Imperial I purchased from a gentleman who was a union painter, and he painted lots of buildings in Las Vegas specifically. He lived back east. Not sure if the car was purchased there, because the title that I had is a 82 California title, the original one. So I don't know if he bought it back there or bought it here. I rescued this in 2020 from his half-collapsed garage, and he had to get it out in order to rebuild the garage. And the original paint still is very nice and shiny, and it runs great, and body's in good shape. No rust, except for, your light surface rust stuff here and there. It has the original pinstriping still intact. Had a historical vehicle plate. I replaced the tail lights as well as the trim above the tail light, because he had bumped into it in his garage and cracked them. And we actually got the EFI running on this one pretty easily. I had spare parts left over from the Sinatra there, and so long story short, I was able to use the spare parts from that and get this one running. The interior is unique. It has the blue with white, which I think is just a great color combo. The new owner is going to be doing the seats and the headliner. He already has someone lined up, which is great. All the digital dash stuff works. This one had pretty low mileage, 48,000 roughly. The sticker was still in the door, talking about the change in mileage. It's faded through the years, but when I got the car, I took a picture of it. Really a nice car. Really nice car. I found these crystals. They're not the Cartier ones, but they fit pretty well. And it has the 8-track in it, because the AM/FM cassette was no good when I purchased it. And I just think this interior is great. It has the original floor mats. And let's open the hood. Really, really nice car. And I replaced the windshield on it. Actually, on both of these. Pilkington was still making them. I've got, I think the last 3 in the country. One's on the 81 that actually is about an hour from me right now. So this one here, let's see. These old hoods are a little heavy, so. The EFI, of course, still intact, still running. I just replaced the battery in it, which is good. It was under warranty still, so. Always after like a winter, they always go bad. I don't know. Anyway, the EFI is still running great, and did a lot to it. Of course, the Radiator was redone, the gas tank, EFI system, which the next owner may be sending back to me. He said he may put it over to a 4-barrel. He hasn't decided yet. So, and then all the EFI parts are still there, and he's going to have this front clip painted, which is pretty good. So, pretty excited to see his results. I bought this kind of on a lark, and I loved it, but the Sinatra was always the one that I was going to buy and fix up. Kind of like the other 81 that I had too, so it's kind of an accident. I ended up with 3. But yeah, so this is an 82. And the Sinatra here is also an 82. And I saved this, it was actually free, and from San Francisco. And the gentleman who had it hadn't been driving in 25 years. Same thing, EFI problems. Exactly the same as that guy there. And anyway, picked it up and took about a year to get it running again. And I just had it painted last September. I think it turned out pretty nice. And actually, I'm going to be taking it soon to get the interior done on it. So pretty excited about that. Part of the reason I wanted to sell this one was to get the interior done on this one, because I didn't picture myself spending money on the interior in this one when I wanted to get this one done. So I kind of pick and choose. Also, I bought a 62 LeBaron, and so long story short is at 62. I'm getting that one up and going right now. So this one has the original Cartier crystal on it. The previous owner, who I'm still in contact with, was a member of a number of clubs. And it's a really cool car. I've always wanted a Sinatra, and I got one, which is great. So there they are, side by side, one last time. Now, some of you guys will comment about my Seville back there. Yes, I have a Seville. It also has the original EFI, though it's a heck of a lot easier to work on. But yeah, this is the Sinatra, and my last remaining, for now at least, 81 to 83 Imperial. And I wanted to get them side by side one more time. They're really great cars. I think in the future, these are going to be really collectible. They already kind of are. We started our Facebook group a few years ago, and they're really, really great cars. You know, a lot of people, they talk about Mark 6 or Mark 5 or whatever, but these are really the last of the old proportions of luxury, personal luxury coupes. And I believe in the future they're going to be very collectible. There's only a couple thousand left. Only a few hundred Sinatras ever made. Though for some reason they have a very high survival rate. I see a lot of them. I personally know of about 10 that have been scrapped. But I think that these cars in the future are going to be very collectible, very desirable as far as that era goes. They just have such a unique story, from the EFI nightmare to the fact that they were, in today's dollars, about $80,000 when adjusted for inflation. I think really there's a great story to be told here. And Frank Sinatra, of course, was the pitchman for them. So that's why you have the Sinatra edition. But I really think that these are going to be quite collectible in the future. I think, I think the market is definitely going up. And I think that they're unique. And most of the parts are pretty easy to find, except for the EFI parts. But a lot of people convert those if you don't live in a state like I do that requires original equipment. Though I would still fix the EFI on them. I think it's pretty cool to have old electronics still working on a car that, is this old. Well, you could break down. Yeah, you could break down also with a lot of other cars too, for a lot of other reasons, especially when they're 40 some odd years old. But I think the biggest thing to remember is that these were really the last of the squared off personal luxury coupes that reflect the 70s. Yeah, I know they're 82 models, but these were really the last ones. They sold poorly, very poorly. There was a recession plus the EFI issues. And I really think that in the future, there's going to be a lot more collectability with these moving forward. And they're really great cars. Has a traditional 318, a lot of tried and true technology. But I think in the future, I think these will be very much in demand. I'll, of course, be doing more videos of the Sinatra as we do the interior and things like that. But this is the last video of this 82. And I'm very excited to see it go to its new owner. Very thrilled. The gentleman who purchased it is a Chrysler fanatic like me and has a bunch of others, and not Imperials, this is his first, but he has other ones, and it's pretty exciting stuff. So I look forward to see what he has to do with it, and I'm happy I saved it. I'm happy that it's here. I'm happy it didn't end up at Pick Apart, which is probably what would have happened. Sadly happens with a lot of these. And I'm happy it's still around, and I look forward to seeing pictures of it. So it'll be great. But yeah, this is the last video of my 82, and we'll look forward to seeing some updates. So with that, have a wonderful day. So this is the final drive of the 82 with EFI. These are really fun cars. I really love them. And this one's going off to a really good home. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do with it. So there's my Sinatra. So you wonder where these belong, huh? All you gotta do is just look for the Sinatra. There you have it, the final drive of my 80, well, it's not mine anymore technically, but 82 Imperial, gonna be picked up tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. this is the last shots of the 82 Imperial that is going up to Washington near Seattle. And he just loaded it up and they're on their way. I took this car from sitting in a guy's collapsed garage to running and driving, and the new owner is going to be painting the front, doing the interior. He's very excited, and I'm excited for him. And it'll be making its journey up the I-5, and there it goes. And we wave at it and say thank you for being a good car. Thank you. And there it goes again. He had to make a U-turn. And up to its new home in Washington.